I mean, I like being thinking about that I'm younger, but it's a class of 92. Well, good evening, everyone. First, I want to acknowledge my friend and brother, Devon Baker. He's with us here in spirit tonight as he mourns the loss of his good friend and our fraternity brother, Kevin Foster. Our prayers are with the Foster family and everyone that loved him. You know, what Devon helped start here in 2017 has become something very special. House on the Vineyard brings us together not simply because we went to Morehouse, but because there's something about the experience that stays with us for the rest of our lives. And tonight at this event called the Legacy of Light, I've been thinking about that word legacy. Because in Atlanta, I'm working on two very different projects that increasingly I realize are connected by that same idea. The first is AUC Village. A few years ago, Andrea and I were in Los Angeles visiting our daughter at USC. We were helping her find an apartment off campus, and as we walked around campus, I noticed students crossing the street into neighborhoods filled with housing, restaurants, coffee shops, and places to gather. The campus didn't really end at the campus gates. The neighborhood was an extension of the university, and I remember thinking, along with my wife, why can't the Atlanta University Center be this? Why shouldn't students at Morehouse, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, ITC, Morehouse School of Medicine, Morris Brown have a neighborhood surrounding their institutions that reflect the greatness of the institutions themselves?
That's right.
The answer became AUC Village. At first, I thought we were building student housing. Somewhere along the way, I realized we were building something much bigger. The village isn't about the buildings. The village is the people. The students, the parents, the alumni, the neighbors, the investors, the institutions, the people who believe in what the community can become. Real estate is simply one of the vehicles. Our first ground-up development at 180 Milton Street Southwest opened just a few days ago. 20 beds in the heart of the AUC. Students are living there today. The village extending its reach. We've raised over $2.5 million in our first phase. We have 2 more developments underway, and now we're assembling the next group of properties. So this is no longer just an idea. The buildings are becoming the evidence, but the buildings aren't the mission. Ownership is. Because ownership creates agency, and agency creates legacy. So the question we're asking isn't how do we raise more capital, it's how do we create more owners. And you don't have to invest $1 in the village to be a member. You might just mentor a student. You might make an introduction. You might bring a corporate relationship. You might simply tell somebody what we're trying to build. You just might show up there. There isn't just one way to build a village, which brings me to the second thing. On Labor Day weekend, Devon and I, through our company, 9167 Sports and Entertainment, are launching the inaugural ATL Labor Day Classic, an HBCU football game between Morehouse College and Clark Atlanta. Morehouse and CAU have been playing football against each other since 1900, so that isn't new. What we're building around the game is. So we built the weekend around the game, a VIP lounge with all-inclusive food, a fan fest with live performances, a VIP after party, culminating with a Sunday brunch where you can turn up or wind down. This is alumni-owned, alumni-run, and alumni-attended. a new Labor Day tradition that brings us back together around these institutions. Our bands, our culture, our history, our businesses, and the energy of the Atlanta University Center. If you're in Atlanta that weekend, come on over to BT Harvey Stadium. And somewhere in all of this, I realize those two things are the same thing. AUC Village asks, what can we build around our institutions 365 days a year, while the Classic asks, what happens when we bring our collective energy back home and activate it? Both start from the same belief. Our institutions can be anchors for something much larger than their campuses, for community, for culture, for ownership, for legacy. And that's why this tent, this room feels particularly appropriate tonight, because Morehouse taught generations of us that whatever success we achieve was never supposed to end with just us. We were expected to take what we learned, what we earned, and the relationships we developed and use them to open the doors for somebody else. That's what we're trying to do with AUC Village. That's what Devon and I are trying to do with the ATL Labor Day Classic. And looking around this room, surrounded by Morehouse men and the people who believe in us, I realize something. We don't have to go build the village from scratch. The village is already here. Our job is to bring it together and to leave something behind that the next generation can own. Enjoy your evening, learn about the AUC Village, come down to the ATL Labor Day Classic, and we invite you to be a part of what we're building. Thank you.